as an organization that is advocating for the rights of girls, we would also like to appeal to our council to ensure that we create some control in terms of these trackers who are taking advantage of the young girls. The other appeal also is to the parents to safeguard their girls and ensure that they make informed decisions because they are the future leaders of this country.
The Energy Regulation Board, ERB, has confirmed that Oasis Energy has applied for a permit to construct a new service station along the Mongo-Senanga Road in Katongo area of Mongo District, Western Province. Speaking in a phone interview with Bulozi TV, ERB Southern Region Manager Maka Sikazwe said the company has submitted its application for a construction permit, but the board has not yet granted approval as it is still reviewing the required documentation. He explained that before applying to the ERB for a construction permit, a developer must first conduct an environmental impact assessment and obtain the necessary environmental clearance from the Zambia Environmental Management Agency. Tembakamiji now reports.
A clearance of land by unknown people along Mongo-Senanga Road in Katongo area of Mongo has raised curiosity among the residents of the area as people wonder what is being constructed. That made this reporter to visit the site and inquire what development projects was being undertaken. The workers on the site confirmed that a new service station was being constructed and that works have been ongoing for a month now. This reporter immediately inquired from the Energy Regulation Board, ERB, if indeed they are aware of the development.
We had one of our inspectors that came through because before anyone starts constructing a service station, they should have done first what is called an environmental impact assessment with ZEMA. After they are given a go-ahead by ZEMA, they have to come to us to get a construction permit. So Oasis Energy applied for a construction permit for the site, and an inspector came through to do the assessment. We are still processing their application. We haven't yet issued them with a construction permit. They just applied recently, and it was only last week when the inspectors passed through. So once because it's a rigorous process, we have to look at their application, the drawings that they've submitted. Is it are the drawings complying with the national standards for construction of a service station? Once we are satisfied that they meet all the requirements according to the law, then we issue the construction permit.
Some residents of Katongo are excited with the news of the investment in the area.
We so much appreciate the effort being done to construct that filling station, because the filling station will be accompanied by a lot of other opportunities for us businessmen. There will be a lot of people who will be employed there. There will be a lot of people who access service there, and it will add value. More people come and put infrastructure here, business opportunities here, because of the filling stations, and the business opportunity will emerge.
Kamunge nendo kalile kakuli makatongo kwali kusimwa hakuskaeza la kalento tuna efitao na kaole efitafa kuluna kakuba mayuthi kikolo yao na kuli nuna lukone kufuma natu usofali mwao na mungendenga wale kununa lukone ukubantu sebele toso na makuli mungata wana bakatoko kafera bakenifa mata badalinjimo.
The service station proprietor, Oasis Energy, seemed determined to expedite the process as evidenced by the clearance of land ahead of ERB final approval of their application. Only hope ERB will expedite the process of awarding the much-needed license. Kutemba Kamiji for Bulozi TV News in Mongu, Western Province.
The Electoral Commission of Zambia, ECZ, has held a 2-day youth conference in Mongu ahead of the upcoming general elections aimed at promoting peaceful youth participation, voter engagement, and civic education. Addressing the youths, Provincial Electoral Officer Nixon Kwapu said the youths make up more than half of the registered voters, making it important for them to be informed and understand their role in the electoral process. He further appealed to young people to turn out in large numbers on election day and cast their votes to help shape the country's leadership through informed decision-making. Mike Moya now reports.
With only a few days remaining before polling day, it is essential that voters have a clear understanding of the electoral process. To support this, the Electoral Commission of Zambia, ECZ, is conducting engagement meetings with youths and youth organizations aimed at promoting peaceful, orderly and credible elections. Speaking during one of the engagements in Western Province, the Regional Electoral Officer Nixon Kwapu urged young people to make informed choices at the ballot box and to reject all forms of electoral violence.
The Commission would like to raise a pool of knowledgeable and enthusiastic young people who can speak to other young people about the operations of the Commission and the electoral process in general, and more specifically about the need to refrain from violence, hate speech, insults, and intimidation.
Mr. Nkwapu further noted that young people account for more than half of Zambia's registered voters, making their participation crucial to the country's democratic process.
The youth of Zambia make up more than half of the registered voters on our current register of voters, which has over 8 million people. Therefore, it is important that you understand your relevance in the conduct of a successful electoral process. I therefore appeal to those of you who are registered as voters to ensure that you turn up to vote during the forthcoming 2026 general election.
Meanwhile, participants have commended the ECZ for the initiative, saying the engagement has not only increased their understanding of the electoral process, but also refreshed their knowledge on key voting procedures ahead of the polling day.
Lukaida influence bale abamukweza alinda meaning likalika shoot especially kwa mulambo ko pila kwa kuluzwe especially na luzwe ko mulambo kufumana misunga emingata ngate bangateni so lwezwe encourage kuti konizwa nina nilo tabana babo wana kulilindwa akintu etusa luswanira kweza supportive yakuli my election yakano kubanyi free and fair.
And I'm glad that when I go out there I will educate my youth to be very much vibrant in this election process so that we can have free and fair, credible elections.
We've learned very important issues. So I would like to encourage my other fellow youths to be participating in these kind of conferences because here we've really learned a lot of things.
Mike Moya for Bulozi TV News in Mongo District, Western Province.
A group of former public service employees who retired from various government institutions in 1997 is appealing to President Hakainde Hichilema to intervene in the long-standing delay in the payment of their retirement benefits. Speaking to Bulozi TV News in Lusaka, the retirees said they have waited for nearly 3 decades to receive the benefits they earned after years of serving the nation. They described the delay as unfair and heartbreaking, noting that many of their colleagues have died without receiving their dues. Margaret Chota now reports.
A group of former public service employees who retired from various government institutions in 1997 has made an appeal to President Hakainde Hichilema to intervene in the long-standing delay in the payment of their retirement benefits. Speaking to Bulozi TV News in Lusaka, the retirees said they have spent more than 3 decades waiting to receive their benefits they earned after years of dedicated service to the nation. They described the prolonged delay as both painful and unjust, adding that many of their colleagues have died without receiving their entitlements.
Things to be moving forward. We move forward where we started with you. Remember, Mr. President, the time you came at Justice Ministry. If I come into power, I'll do it within 3 months. We are reminding you, Mr. President.
The group also expressed disappointment with the way their case has been handled at the Cabinet Office, saying they have lost confidence in some of the officers responsible for processing their claims, alleging that despite the matter being under the care of designated officials, there has been little to no progress.
Send someone to investigate the PS at Cabinet Office to find out and verify, because we hear the matter was handed over to the Director Technical to hand over the matter to Minister of Justice, Minister of Finance, to pay. People are eagerly waiting for that money. What is going on? A big problem within Cabinet Office, whereby 3 permanent secretaries sat together and made it clear and wrote a recommendation for the payments to be effected. Now, we are losing patience. Why these people are they doing this thing? Because as to what you said that you are supposed to pay us, you signed on our behalf. Quite all right with the funders, but someone is delaying, is applying a handbrake.
They now hope that the heads of state's intervention will finally bring closure to the matter that has remained unresolved for decades and allow them to receive the benefits they rightfully earned through their years of public service. Margaret Chota, Bulozi TV News in Lusaka.
A United Party for National Development UPND aspiring parliamentary candidate for Gwembe constituency has welcomed the Food Reserve Agency's maize purchase price, describing it as fair and beneficial to farmers. Speaking to Bulozi TV News, Tyson Simuzugidi said the price reflects the cost of maize production and will allow farmers to recover their investment while encouraging increased production in the coming farming seasons. Simuzugidi also commended President Hakainde Hichilema for prioritizing agriculture, saying the government's continued support to the sector has boosted farmers' confidence.
We want to look at the input costs. This price is reflective of the costs, and as farmers sell, they will be able to recoup what they have spent. And this is a rare kind of leadership from President Hakainde Hichilema. From the time he assumed power, one of his priorities has been agriculture, and he has stood tall to date, and what we are seeing now are fruits of good leadership. So the maize price will help the farmers to produce more and to encourage them to produce more, because when you reduce prices of maize, it discourages the farmers. And further to that, the president has assured the people of Zambia that they are increasing the numbers of farmers who born feast. I'm so excited.
Zambia has attracted investment worth $19.07 billion between 2021 and the second quarter of 2026, according to the Zambia Development Agency (ZDA), with investments contributing to business expansion, capital expenditure, and the creation of nearly 150,000 jobs. Speaking during a media briefing in Lusaka, ZDA Director General Albert Halwampa said the manufacturing and mining sectors accounted for more than 73% of the realized investments, while Lusaka, Copperbelt and Northwestern provinces attracted 88% of the total investment. Halwampa attributed the performance to improved macroeconomic stability, progress in debt restructuring, policy reforms, digitalization of public services, and President Hakainde Hichilema's economic diplomacy.
The Zambia Development Agency has announced that Zambia recorded $19.07 billion in actualized investments between 2021 and the second quarter of 2026, translating investment commitments into tangible business expansion, capital expenditure and job creation. Speaking during a media briefing in Lusaka, ZDA Director General Albert Halwampa said the actualized investments represent nearly 20% of the $97.07 billion in investment commitments registered during the same period. Mr. Halwampa further said that the investments were released from 838 enterprises that were successfully monitored out of 2,332 licensed and expanding enterprises.
Lusaka province recorded 58,752 jobs, Copperbelt province 56,633, Central Province 12,973, Northwestern Province 11,875, and other provinces combined 907.23. This is your institution, fellow Zambians. And remember, we've said $97 billion committed or pledges, only $19 billion recorded or actualized.
The ZDA Director General attributed the strong performance to improved macroeconomic stability, debt restructuring progress, policy reforms, digitalization of public services, and President Hakainde Hichilema's economic diplomacy.
Imagine what would have happened to the fuel sector. The prices would have skyrocketed. Medicines would have been expensive. Everything would have just been expensive. But because of debt restructuring, we are able to have some resources to spend on behalf of Zambians, hospitals, schools, free education. You are aware that over 2.5 million children have been brought back into school.
He further reaffirms that the agency remains committed to attracting investments across all provinces to drive inclusive growth and job creation.
So, as an institution, we are here available to make sure that we continue to promote investments like never before.
Margaret Chota, Bulozi TV News in Lusaka.
We'll now take a break. We're back shortly with the rest of the news.
Not long ago, many children in Zambia did not go to school because their parents could not afford it. Today, 2.5 million children are back in the classroom, sitting on desks and being fed nutritious meals under the school feeding program. Markets are now peaceful with no kind of violence. Clinics stand where there were none. There's still much work ahead, jobs to create, futures to secure. And that's why Bali keeps working day after day. Because just as we delivered free education, we will keep delivering. For every child still waiting and every family still rising. Until progress is something every Zambian feels. We've started the change. Now let's finish the job. On the 13th of August 2026, vote for Hakainde Hichilema as President of the Republic of Zambia. And let us continue to move Zambia forward together.
Voting is one of the few moments where we all have a voice.
One person, one vote.
No titles, no status.
Just a choice.
It's not about doing nothing.
It's about showing up.
Because your vote matters.
It's easy.
It's important.
It's ours.
Count me in.
Count me in.
Count me in.
Count me
Count me in.
Count me in. HealthNest Medical Center, nurturing health, empowering lives. At HealthNest Medical Center, we provide high-quality, accessible healthcare for individuals, families, and the wider community in Mongu and beyond. We focus on preventive care, offering blood pressure, diabetes and cholesterol checks, HIV counseling and testing, and community health education programs. Our outpatient and maternal child health services support families with general consultations, antenatal and postnatal care, child growth and monitoring, nutrition counseling, and family planning. Our laboratory services provide routine tests, rapid diagnostics, and selected specialized tests, while our pharmacy ensures timely access to medicines with professional guidance. HealthNest is also here during emergencies, providing 24/7 care, stabilization, first aid, and referral services supported by rapid diagnostics and ready access to medicines. We help with recovery and rehabilitation through physiotherapy for children and adults, including clubfoot, fractures, cerebral palsy, neurological conditions, and soft tissue injuries. Our diagnostic services such as ultrasound and ECG help monitor progress, and ongoing preventive care supports long-term health. At HealthNest Medical Center, we combine quality, compassion, and reliable care to nurture health and empower lives. You can locate us at 53120 Lusaka Road, Kambule, 7488 Mongu. Contact us on +260 926521. Our website www.healthnestmd.com. HealthNest Medical Center, nurturing health, empowering lives.
Have you got something to share with the Barasaland community? Whether it's a funeral announcement, an upcoming function, or a call for help to locate a missing person or lost items, we are here to help you spread the word for a small fee of only 100 kwacha. Get in touch with us by contacting +260 738114 or send an email to bulozitv@gmail.com. You can always visit our office in Mongu off Mbuiwan Road, commonly known as Kagraville Road. Let us help you reach the community and spread the word to the people that matter. Bulozi TV, the pride of Barasay.
Ecuador has declared another state of emergency as authorities intensify efforts to combat powerful drug gangs linked to international cartels. Once regarded as one of South America's safest countries, Ecuador has become a major transit route for cocaine destined for the United States and Europe. The surge in gang violence has driven the country's murder rate to one of the highest in the world, with cities such as Durban at the center of the ongoing war against organized crime. In sports news, the Football Association of Zambia, FAZ, has appointed veteran coach Chris Kaunda as head coach of the Zambia Under-17 men's national team ahead of this year's COSAFA Under-17 Championship. FAZ has also named Dennis Makinka as assistant coach, with David Zonkoma, Collins Mbesuma and Joshua Titima appointed as second assistant coach, strikers coach and goalkeeper coach, respectively. FAZ General Secretary Charles Chakatazia said the new technical bench has been tasked with preparing for the team for the COSAFA tournament, which serves as the qualification pathway to the Under-17 Africa Cup of Nations and ultimately the FIFA Under-17 World Cup. We've now come to the end of our news bulletin. A recap of the headlines. YWCA links illegal truck parking to rising HIV risk in Mongu. Oasis Energy seeks ERB approval for new fuel station in Mongu. 1997 retirees appeal to President Hichilema over delayed payments. In international news, Ecuador extends drug war under state of emergency. And sports news, Chris Kaunda appointed Zambia under-17 boys head coach. You can always catch our bulletins on TopStar channel 120 in Mongu, Limulunga, Lusaka, Rufunsa, Chilanga, Kalabo, parts of Senanga and other surrounding areas. And also on our Facebook page, it's Bulozi TV. My name is Nchimonia Siaminwe. On behalf of the entire Bulozi TV production crew, God bless and pleasant viewing. Bye for now.